Hey everyone, it's JoJo, and I'm here to do a story time video. Oh my goodness. So, I first want to talk about something first before I even start the story time. I'm going to film a couple of different videos today. I did a community post talking about what request videos you guys wanted. So I'm going to do some video requests today. A couple of story times and whatnot. I've been doing a lot of individual scent reviews, so there's a lot more coming, but I filmed a lot of those, so I'm going to take a break from those for now, but more will definitely be coming, obviously. But first I want to talk about, and I also talked about this in a community post. Listen, my story times are really hard to talk about. In the video, it doesn't seem like it because there's time that passed by in a lot of these situations. So, you know, I'm not as like emotionally like upset over it as I would be if it just happened yesterday. But still, the stories are still hard to talk about. And when people tell me that they don't believe my story times, that hurts my feelings because these are not easy situations to sit and talk to you guys about. Talking about getting jumped, talking about going to the hospital for an emergency surgery. These situations are not easy to talk about. I'm going to be talking about something today that isn't easy to talk about either. So it's your prerogative, though, not to believe me. If you don't believe my story times, you think I'm making them up, then that's that's on you. That's what you believe. I can't make you not believe my story times or whatnot. I can only tell you that they're 100% real. Everything that I do talk about in my story times 100% would have happened to me, and they're real situations and they're not made up at all. But again, you can take that as you want. You can take that as you will, you know? If you still choose not to believe me, you choose not to believe me. Now, are my titles for these story times clickbaited a little bit? Yeah, they are. But everything I do talk about in the actual video is all real. I have specified that the only story times that are made up are for spooky season. So in October, when I do the spooky season stories, right? But this is not, I always say this, so this isn't even like no tricks, no games. Like I'm always upfront about it. That my scary story times in October are all make-believe, they're all fake, but they're only for the purpose of spooky season. Like the vampire one, or the witch, or the werewolf story, you know, all those stories are all fake, obviously. But all the other stories throughout the year that I do talk about are all real. Unfortunately. Of course, so I wish they weren't real. Of course, I wish these situations didn't happen to me. But unfortunately, they are real. And they have happened to me. So I just wanted to just renovate that, just talk about that a little bit, because I know some people don't believe my story times or don't enjoy them or whatever. I'm still going to do them because I enjoy talking about the situations that have happened in my life. I've had a lot of crazy situations that have happened to me, and I just want to share them, It's like a little personal diary. I want to talk about it. So I used to go to Florida with my dad, his wife, and my brother, right? We used to go annually, yearly, until I was like, I think 17 years old. We would go from, I don't know, since I was like, well, with my dad and his wife, when she came into the picture, we went on the Florida vacations right away. So it was like, I want to say 2004 to like 2007, we would go on, like maybe 2003. But even before that, like I would just, me, my dad, my brother, and my sister, we would go to Disney World in Florida, even before his wife came into the picture. So, but then when she did come in the picture, we still continued to go to Florida. So this happened one of the times, I don't remember, it was 2005, 2006, I have no idea. But it was the summertime, and we went to Florida. It was me, my dad, his wife. At the time, might have been fiance, I don't know, and then my brother. So it was the four of us. So we would do Disney World, and then after Disney World, we would go to Deerfield Beach, where my grandpa had a condo down there. So it would be the four of us. We'd go to Disney World for a week and then go to Deerfield Beach for a week. So we'd stay in Florida for 2 weeks. So I used to know Florida like the back of my hand because I would go there every summer. We would spend weeks there. So Florida was like my second home at one point. So I'm going to tell you bits and pieces of what happened on this vacation, but the main story is the storm that I was stuck in. But a few situations that happened on this vacation. Well, we don't get along. I don't get along with my dad or his wife or whatever it is, and we would have a lot of drama on our vacations. We would not enjoy ourselves. This was not fun times. This was not a fun little family get together, little family vacation. That was nothing but drama, and it was horrible. It was horrible. I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy. We're on the most happiest place on earth, Disney World. We're in beautiful Florida, and we're just fighting the whole time. So it was never like an enjoyable time. However, a couple of situations I can remember from the back of my head. We had just finished the Beauty and the Beast show, and his wife almost pushed me down the stairs. So the Beauty and the Beast show has like, it's outside. If you know from Hollywood Studios, it's an outside show, and there's like a staircase. It's like level staircase. You guys know what I'm talking about if you've been to the show. And I might have been like 15, I want to say. So I think I accidentally spilled a drink, but again, we're outside, so it's on concrete. So it's not like I spilled it on like a carpet or inside somewhere. Like I literally spilled it on outside, like on the ground. And there's maintenance that comes and cleans the place before the next show anyways. So I did spill the drink. I did pick up the cup though. I couldn't clean, I had nothing to clean it with, but I did pick up the cup to throw it out. And his wife was like, oh, go clean it up. And then she shoved me into this little girl. And I almost went, if that girl and that family wasn't behind me, I would have went right down the stairs. Like the way she shoved me was unbelievable. So that's one situation. Another situation, we were in Deerfield Beach, and something had happened. She called me a bunch of names. I'm not going to go into detail of everything because it's, these situations are not easy to talk about. She was calling me a bunch of names, and then I think my brother went to go get my dad to try to tell her to stop, but it didn't work because he came in, and not only did he tell her not to stop calling me names, he actually jumped on the bandwagon and started to attack me, and he literally almost suffocated me with a pillow. Yeah, that happened. The reason why I'm telling you this before I tell you about the situation with the storm and everything, because we wanted to get out of that condo. It's a small condo, and it's the four of us, and it's nothing but drama. She's treated me horrible the whole time I've known her. So we just wanted to leave. We just wanted to escape. We wanted to just get out of that condo. So this was the last day before we were about to leave for Florida. It's actually the second storm we got into, because the first storm was storming the whole week when we were in Deerfield Beach that week. Because the first time we were on the beach, I'll just tell you about this quick. The first time we were on the beach, and we actually walked down to Palm Springs or Palm Beach. I don't remember the name of the beach. We would walk down to the beach, and we were pretty far down. It was the four of us. It was the four of us. We went down. We walked all the way down, and it started to storm. So we had to go find shelter, and it was like thundering. It's dangerous when you're near the water. So we literally were stranded on an island, like this little. We were like under this little awning and like these benches, and we were like stranded there for hours. It would not stop storming, and we couldn't leave because the lifeguards before it was screaming like on the beach, like, find shelter immediately, the storm's about to hit, run, get help, try to get to safety. So we sat out on that awning for hours. We were hungry. We wanted to use we were just, it was a mess. We were so hungry. We were scared. We're like, we don't know what, we were stranded on this little island. We were like, what the hell's going on? So it was scary. We were there for hours. That happened in the beginning of the week. So now finally it stopped storming, and we did end up walking back, to Deerfield Beach. Okay, so now let's talk about the end of the week. This is the last day. So we were about to catch a flight back to New York. This is the last day. But we did tell, my brother and I, we wanted to go for a walk. We're like, let me just get out of the house. Let's just get out of the condo. Let's go for a walk. So we went for a walk. We're like, we'll be back in an hour or whatever. We already packed our suitcases, so we just had to get our suitcases and go, to the car and then go to the airport. So it was just me and my brother. We were walking around, and we took daily walks. I remember taking daily walks around this. It was a beautiful condo. I mean, palm trees, beautiful weather. I mean, it was gorgeous. I mean, it really was. I missed it. I really missed it. I would take daily walks, even by myself sometimes. I'd take daily walks. But this time we kind of walked, because it's a big condo area, so we strayed a little too far than usual. And it was just me and my brother, and we were walking, and it started to storm. And we were like, oh shit, we gotta go back. We couldn't find our way back. We were lost. We're completely lost. It was scary. I was just like, what are we gonna do? And my brother's screaming, don't go near trees, but there's trees everywhere. I'm really trying to stop cars to try to maybe we can get, no one was stopping for us. We were like stranded, like in the middle of this condo area. We could not find our way back worth a damn. And it was storming. We were getting soaking wet. You know, we had clothes on. We were getting soaking wet. The thunder was striking. It was so scary. And we were like running around. It was the most scariest situation because I really thought like thunder was gonna hit and I was gonna get struck by lightning and I literally was gonna die. Like that's how I felt. I was like, this is how I'm gonna end this vacation, this horrible vacation. I'm gonna end it by getting struck by lightning. So, and the storm was bad. Like it was like the wind was going crazy. The trees were like, there was branches like thrown like everywhere. There was like, I saw things falling off like the condo area. Like it was just it was just a bad storm. Like we picked a horrible day to walk and do this. So it was like for half hour, 45 minutes we were running around trying to find, and there was nowhere to go in. There was nowhere because this condo area, there's not condos in this certain area. There was a bunch of like pools and like trees and like the lake. Like there was a lake there, but we weren't like near any of the actual condos. So we couldn't like knock on the door, ask for help. Like we were completely stranded in the middle of this huge area, you know? So we couldn't find a way back worth a damn, and we eventually got to the front of the condo, and there was this, like, the security booth, and we told them immediately, like, you know, we need to go to, we need to go back. So first of all, we have a flight to catch, and second of all, we're soaking wet, we're scared. I was, like, crying. I was so, like, scared. And I was like, please, like, can I just find, like, like, can you just please, like, drive us to the condo? So they have, like, those little buggies. So they drove me and my brother back to the condo. And it was a long drive back because we stranded far. This is a huge condo area. It's a huge condo complex. It's not a small complex. So we got back, and of course my dad was screaming, oh, we're gonna miss the flight, whatever. His wife was like, just leave them here, we should have just left them here stranded in Florida. Going on and on and on. So then we got to the airport and we did miss the flight. We did miss the flight. Wasn't our fault though. I mean, we got stuck in the storm and we couldn't find a way back, so it's not technically our fault. But then we got the next flight out or whatever. So I may talk about another storm situation that happened. I may talk about the storm that happened a couple of summers ago here. I'm going to talk about that too quickly. So what happened was a storm. This wasn't Hurricane Sandy. This was years after Hurricane Sandy. Hurricane Sandy, basically what happened was we lost electricity and power for like a few days. It was scary though. The storm was really scary, I'm not going to lie. But the storm, I don't remember which storm this was. This happened like I think it was the summer of 2020 or the summer of 2021. It was at the beginning of COVID times. And I remember because I was getting ready for my friend's birthday that day, and it was storming outside, and I had just finished my makeup, and I was about to do my hair, and the storm hit, and the power blew, and we had no more power. So it's the summertime, right? No AC. We're gonna be sweating our asses off, right? It's gonna be so hot. So, first of all, I couldn't do anything with my hair. I couldn't blow dry, I couldn't straighten it, so I think I just like put water in my hair, hairspray, and maybe like try to do some kind of wet wave with it. I don't know. It didn't come out good. But anyways, I went to go to my friend's birthday, and that's when I really saw the damage. Like there was trees knocked down everywhere. Everyone lost power. It was a dark like house, like dark like neighborhoods. Like trees were falling down everywhere. We couldn't even drive because the tree was like in the middle of the road, and it was just one tree caught fire. It was really crazy. The storm was really crazy, and we lost power for a good week. It was bad. It was really bad. So one situation that happened, oh god, it was so bad because we lost. There was no light, no electric, no AC. We had to charge our phones in the car. It was horrible. It really was. It was terrible. Oh my god, it was so terrible. Oh my goodness. So anyways, and again, the refrigerator doesn't work. We had to just order food. We couldn't cook. I mean, it was horrible. It really was. Losing power is the worst. So I'm trying to think what happened. Okay, so I was in the shower. I was gonna have to shower because it's been a couple of days without showering. I have to shower now. The water would, of course, would be freezing. So I entered the shower. It was at nighttime. I put a flashlight in there, and I don't know. I was in the shower. I had to shave my legs really bad, but I couldn't shave my legs because it was like dark, and I just had the flashlight on. And I was like, I was just gonna shower really quick, but then we got power back while I was in the middle of my shower, and I said, oh, thank God. I said, now I can like just take my time, shave my legs, do what I gotta do, right? So I shaved one leg, and I was about to shave the other, and then the power blew out again. And I was like, are you kidding me? I was like, and I'm OCD, so if I shave one leg, I have to shave the other leg. I can't just go one leg shave, one leg not shave. So I was like, okay, I gotta shave the other leg. So I did it like in the dark with that one flashlight. I don't know how I did it, but I did. I was just like, I mean, you know your own legs, but like when you're in the dark, you don't want to accidentally cut yourself. It's not the easiest thing, and you want to shave, you want to get every hair. So it wasn't easy, but I ended up shaving the other leg, and I got out of the bathroom. And then maybe the next day, I feel like we did gain power back, but it was a while, and it wasn't easy, to lose power, especially in the summertime when it's that hot. But that storm was bad with thunder, lightning. By the way, it's been raining all week here too. Like that's why it's so dark. It's been raining here all week. But yeah, it's been just horrible weather. But that was horrible. I don't remember what storm it was, but oh my god, that storm. It was just a lot of rain, flooding. I think the basement flooded too. The basement flooded. The streets were flooded. It was a bad storm. This happened the summer of 2021 or the summer of 2020. I don't remember. It was one of those summers, but yeah. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the story time video here. Yeah, it sucks when it storms like that. A little rain is fine, but a storm like that, I don't really like thunder, lightning. I get scared, especially at nighttime. I don't really like a lot of rain, because if I want to go outside, you really can't do anything. You have the umbrella. And I go out with a full face of makeup on with my hair, so it's just like I don't want to get my hair wet. So when it rains, it's an inconvenience for me. But yeah, so anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and the story time, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.